How are you? My intention today is to bring forth the most beneficial messages for the divine feminines, sacred feminines here with me and whoever finds this. So I want to start out. Clearly, there's major shifts happening. Any of you who connected with my most recent videos can really attest to the shifts that are occurring. I want to clear something up really quick because I did have a couple people ask me if I read for twin flames only. And I do incorporate information very clearly for the twin flames and also any other sacred union initiation energies. So there are a mixture of you here present with me, and that's the collective I am guided to hold space with and for, because many who are on the twin flame path have also experienced other types of initiations. Sometimes in the preparation for that divine counterpart twin flame energy, you go through different types of initiations. And so for me, it's really important to not micromanage the messages that come through because there's value in all of these initiations. And really, what my main focus is on supporting sacred union templates in whatever form they take, and also unity consciousness. Now, yes, the twin flame energies have a very unique and powerful path. And so, again, I leave it to each of you to discern. With that said, there's also value in the messages that came forth the other day, even for those of you who identify as twin flames. And why I say this is because some twin flames are actually being called to step away from the most recent patterns that were present. This, to me, and my understanding and how I see this, is actually a signal that a majority of the shadow work that was necessary within the shadow mirrors that the masculine provided for the feminines are coming to a close so that the true sacred union templates can be anchored, birthed, and born more deeply in our physical world. So there are currently feminines on this planet who are feeling that call to move away from what they have once known with their masculine counterpart. If you are a true twin flame, you already know that there's not a walking away at the soul level. The walking away I'm speaking about is no longer needing to participate in the old patterns. Now, if you are still guided to work within the shadows and work within whatever lessons are being presented to you from your masculine, by all means, you're going to want to keep doing that. And in all truth, it's all that can happen until you both reach the state where you're ready to move through that. There's also absolutely no judgment in any way, shape, or form if that is still being worked on. Everything is perfect and exactly where it is meant to be. But there are also clearly feminines that have hit this point where they have sort of reached a precipice where they are ready to move to the next levels. And how you're going to know this is if you are witnessing things with your masculine that used to trigger you very deeply, and you can drop into realizing how incredibly tempered you are. When you are landing in the place in the space where you're holding unconditional, stabilized love for yourself and your standards, and equally able to hold that space with your divine masculine, regardless of what is occurring with him or in his life in the physical world, and you are able to hold your standards and hold an open heart and allow for whatever is needing to occur without judgment, without expectation, and without neediness of him to do or be anything other than what he is and doing what he's doing, then chances are you're not really being triggered or being triggered very much by whatever mirror he is currently providing you. That is a very deep signal that you are ready to move to the next steps and stages. And part of that is moving into your new. And so that is where my most recent messages may be relevant for any of you that resonate with it. When you're looking at it from your higher guidance and you're surrendered to source and you're tempered within your connection, and the guidance is to continue to move forward, then by all means do that. And that may also require or necessitate the need to release the old versions of your masculine and yourself in order to do so. So this is just a example of how the messages that come through me are really about the perspective and experience that they touch on for you as an individual. And I share as it comes through. But again, it's not up to me to micromanage how those messages come through for you. And so, really, whatever they inspire within you, that is meant for you to drop more deeply into your self trust because each and every single one of you has your own unique path and experience. We absolutely are experiencing and meeting and working together in these collective energies, which is beautiful because we're working together in that in whatever way is put in front of us. But then also your beautifully unique experience, perspective, and embodiment is part of that bigger tapestry that is allowing the new templates to be embodied in new and deeper ways. So, with that said, my main purpose for being here is to support all sacred union energies and potentials, whichever way that wants to come through, you as an individual or within a partnership or as a collective. Okay. So if you identify as a twin flame, please take the messages as they resonate with and for you. And if you do not resonate with the twin flame per se, but you know that you're in a sacred divine union type of contract or energy, please also follow that accordingly for you. And I feel like this is always important, but especially now because it really is about dropping more deeply into our self-trust, because your self-trust and your embodiment of that self-trust is the most important tool you will ever have. But yes, for those of you who were wondering, do I read for more than just the twins? Yes, absolutely. And you will notice that sometimes I do post videos with twin flames in the title, and I do that as I am divinely guided because those messages may be more specifically geared specifically towards twin flames. But oftentimes those messages are still also very relevant for others on the sacred union path. So I feel like this is important because there is so much shifting and expansion happening right now. And I really do sense, let me know if you feel this as well in the comments, that there very much are a group of collective feminines who are stabilized and tempered in their connection and also very ready to move to their next steps and stages. So like I said, again, this is really about your self-discernment and trust above everything. I am going to pull out some cards. Let's see what wants to come through for the feminines. I do feel that at some point today, I'm going to do a video on Patreon for some of the feminines that are feeling in that situation. There have been quite a few really high level messages coming through, and it feels more appropriate to do it in that container. But that will be available for members, but also for like anyone who might want to tap into just that singular video. Once I create that, I will put it in the post section of the channel and we'll just go from there. But it does feel like an exceedingly powerful time for all of us, but especially for the feminines right now. One of the things that I do want to share really quickly, it actually came through in a dream and through a multitude of things that were happening yesterday, then sort of confirmed in a dream, is that a lot of the feminines are also being released from the old shadow templates, and there is this space being created for the sacred feminine essences to be fully restored on earth. A big part, we've talked quite a bit about wanting to see the masculine energies restored on our planet, which of course is truth, but this was actually one of the blind spots that came through from that message on Saturday, which was that seeing where the sacred feminine essences are also equally wanting and needing to be fully restored within Mother Earth. So I'll let you sit with that and see how it hits for you, and maybe more will come with that soon. But it was definitely one of those deeper energies that's really in process of establishing itself. So we have deep emotions, unknown feelings, past life influences. So when I look at this card connected to the message that I just brought through and was uncertain if it was going to come through, I feel like this restoration of the sacred feminine essences on the planet is connected back to the restoration and retrieval of all of your essences and aspects back to the beginning. So really calling all of your essences home. We spoke about Atari kind of sticky energies on Saturday, and part of what I have been shown was where some of those tarry sticky energies are some of the wounded feminine essences, not just within us, but those essences that have sort of been stuck on the planet. But as we're dropping into our divine, sacred, feminine essences and restoring our intention and our essences more fully to land within our Earth star and within our stabilization point as a sovereign being, as you're reestablishing more deeply all of your feminine essences all the way down to the roots. I was seeing this really gorgeous, silky, liquid, black, beautiful, dark feminine, sacred essence being restored. And I was clearly guided to share that here so that you could tap into your own essence and energy with your true sacred feminine essences as guided. But this energy and essence is being restored. It's available for restoration. And it feels important that if this is resonating, that you connect with this in whatever way you feel guided. Of course, I do actually have some sessions available this week if any of you are feeling like you would like a little bit of support with that. But it's absolutely something that you can look into on your own if it is resonating. Another part that was coming through is sort of that blind spot around, like I said, where many see the maybe the divine masculines feeling stuck and wanting to see the masculines restored. That is a big mirror that is coming through. So, whatever it is that you need or want to do to restore and strengthen and retrieve and embody those sacred feminine essences and aspects more deeply for yourself, regardless of which way you identify, right? This is something not only restorative for you as an individual, but it's deeply restorative for the sacred feminine essences and the energy on Mother Earth and her gorgeous sacred feminine essences. And so it feels very deep, very beautiful, and I feel very honored and grateful to be here for this time and to support the restoration of the true feminine and masculine in whatever ways I am able to support with that. All right, my loves. So, again, I'm going to let this one simmer and settle. I know that there's quite a bit shifting. So let me know how you're doing in the comments if you feel guided. And probably within the next hour, two, three, I will be posting a deeper message for the feminines over on Patreon again. So I'll drop my Patreon link in the pinned comment. You can actually sign up for a free membership there, and then you'll be notified when the videos are posted, and you can partake in whatever way feels aligned for you. All right, my loves, have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Much love. Beautiful work. Keep going.